All right, guys, we are here with day 11 of building a rescue again. So we got the tortoise section pretty much figured out. I just have to put some flooring in the Redfoot tortoise pen, but we're done over there. Now it's time to focus over here. Now, the original plan was to build just one giant enclosure divided up. So it's gonna be all the iguanas, the tegus. The tegus are gonna be in stacking enclosures because they don't need the height that the iguanas do. I was gonna build it in one solid piece and then kind of divide them up. But I have to be able to move it because the electricians still need to get in here. They still need to put the outlets up there, and they were kind of waiting to see how high we were gonna build because they're gonna be very accommodating and put the outlets at the height we need. But if I build my one big solid enclosure here, we can't really move it out, and I'm not building it strong enough for people to climb on top of it. So I've got to build the iguana section first so we can still move that out, and then I'll build the other section so we can move it out. If I build it all together, one, it's gonna be too heavy and too awkward to slide around, and two, it's gonna be kind of wedged between that wall and that wall, which is, again, it's not gonna be easy to move. So today's plan, we're gonna get the flooring down on the whole thing, because we know the size we want, so we're gonna get the flooring down on the whole thing, and then basically frame and build all of our walls and hopefully the doors for the iguana enclosures. And then if we have time, start tackling the tegu enclosures. But everything needs to be done hopefully by the end of this week. And the first step is sweeping it all out because I have been kind of using this area as a cutting area. So there is dust and there's wire and there's screws and everything all over the floor here. So I got to clean this out before we set any styrofoam down. Okay, so now we can see the footprint of the 3 iguana enclosures. I pieced it together. So essentially I have 16 and a half feet by 6 feet. So each enclosure is going to be 6 feet by 5.5 feet, 3 of those, and then another 6 feet by 5.5 feet for the tegus. And that should fit this whole space perfectly. Oh look, another couple $100 of wood to load up. And I gotta say, I had someone a few weeks ago giving me such a hard time for when we were, looking to try to find a good deal on tires for my truck, for the work truck and the business, and how my truck is being used for business and whatnot. And they kept going on me saying, hey, like, you need to stop using your truck, get a cheaper vehicle, get a smaller vehicle and things like that. You don't need a truck for what you do. But I'm sorry, how many trips have I now made with this truck, hauling wood back and forth here, hauling our trailer to multiple events, hauling the travel trailer to Penticton so we can do shows like Peach Fest and the Canada Day show. People just don't understand. But if I didn't have this truck, I wouldn't be able to build this stuff because I wouldn't be able to move the wood here without borrowing or renting a vehicle to do so. So for that person, they're blocked now. I don't put up with drama on my page anymore. I just block people, but in your face. All right, so all the wood's in now. I'm just gonna start building the walls, but this one talking about time management. So I went to the gym quick this morning, and then I went to the greenhouse. I did all my morning feedings. I spent a couple hours cleaning rats, and then I did my evening feedings and that. Then I came here, did a bit of work, went to the hardware store. Now we're at 6 o'clock, and I still have hours and hours of building to do, plus I still have a ton of emails to do for booking. So it's exhausting. Well, the first wall is done. This is going to be the biggest wall. So I framed it up. I got to flip it up and move it over there. I was going to lay it down and build it there, but it's not quite big enough. So this is going to go over there. I'm hoping I have spaced out the studs properly to meet up with where the plywood's gonna meet up and the walls are gonna meet up. So every 4 feet and then every 5.5 feet, there should be a stud to screw into. So now I gotta move this over there, lay it down, and then put the plywood on. And I gotta do this all while hopefully not breaking it, because yeah, I put it together. All right, well, so far it holds together. That's not too bad. Should be all right. Now, that's about centered, perfect. So something I've said a few times, I don't do construction for a living. I do it when I need to, and that's it. So the walls are 6 feet tall. The plywood or OSB, is 8 foot. So I need to cut 2 feet off of a lot of pieces. And instead of marking it and cutting it all with a circular saw, I'm gonna try to cut it with the table saw, but I have limited benches. So we're gonna see how this works. This could be a disaster. All right, so the trick is just gonna be keeping it up against this table. Notice the eye protection. I mean, it's working. The problem is now it's already sagging. So I'm gonna shift this table over there, and then, okay, so that actually worked out fine. So now I can do all of them that way instead of having to cut them. It's a lot faster doing it that way. I just have to, I wish I had just a bit bigger of a table. So there's a new plan now. I was gonna build it out from the wall so the electricians could get in behind there. Not gonna happen because with how heavy this wall is right now and the floor, by the time I get the other walls built, this is not going to be movable. So what I'm gonna do is move this wall off somehow, push the floor back in place, put this wall in place, get another support in there so that it'll at least stand up in that. And then I will leave access for the electricians through the top. I just won't put the roof on the enclosure. That way the enclosures can be in place, but I don't have to worry about the electricians not being able to get up there. And now I gotta move this wall somewhere to push the floor back. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Oh, and it is heavy. Oh, yep, that is a heavy wall. Whew. But that's the wall. So essentially from here over is an enclosure. But I'm gonna move this out of the way somewhere. I'm gonna put it over there so I can get this floor back. Hey, at least it's sturdy. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Nope. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay, and I gotta lift it up over this. There we go. Okay, and then I'll pull it this way. All I need to do is get it off that floor. Now, I'm gonna lift this up and pivot it a bit. Oh, come on. Okay, will it stay there? No, it's gonna slide down. No, 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 no. Oh my God. Oh. Another set of hands would be great right now. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. There. It is completely out of the way now. All right, time to move the wall back. So I had to actually screw the plywood to the styrofoam underneath because it kept shifting around because it's a bunch of pieces put together to fit it in. And then I had to figure out the space because this part of the wall is a bit back further than this part of the wall. So I had to kind of figure that out. And then I won't be able to see behind to line it up with the back of the wood here to keep it straight. So I had to draw a line along here where the front edge of this board should be. So now let's move this thing back. Here we go. Okay, and then let's just slide it like this. It slides nicely. Oh no, don't fall over. God, there's the door. You know what? I don't think we quite have enough room. Oh, I gotta lift it up and over. Nope. Now it's hitting the door. Come on. Come on. There we go. Nope. Come on. All right. Now we can slide it without it falling. Hopefully. Okay. That's good. I'm just gonna screw it in. That's good, right? All right. There we go. The wall is up. So I'm just gonna go down, secure it to the floor, And that's it. I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight because it is 7:45. I still have to do emails. I'm getting hungry. I'm tired. And realistically, that was the hardest part of this whole thing, I think. Banging these walls out will be okay, but it's nice because this is actually a decent sized enclosure. Like I'm standing inside of an enclosure. So again, from here over, that's gonna be like the rhino iguana enclosure. This will be Iggy's enclosure. This will be Sweet Pea's enclosure. Even though Sweet Pea is aging, not doing that well right now because Sweet Pea is an older iguana now and he's had some health issues, but we still wanna give him a decent enclosure. So that, I feel like all I've done today is a floor and a wall, that's it. But again, I had to run to the hardware store. There's an hour and just planning things out, building things over there, moving it over. But yeah, that's it for tonight.